coming in.
Okay.
Guys, craziness. YouTube's there, Facebook's there, everything's there. Yeah, man.
Okay, good.
Here we go. Everyone's coming in. Everybody's like, where is it? We are here.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're in it, guys. We're in it. We're just waiting for more people to come in, and then the show will start.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do something where we're like, I'll put in a thing, show starts at 2 minutes, and we just let people come in.
That's probably the smart idea. We always press go live right at 7 and then we wait. So we're really cutting ourselves short by 2 minutes on the actual show. But
okay.
Yeah. It's my bad.
Not your bad, dude.
It's
never.
My bad.
I don't know about this.
There's a birthday girl in the comment section, Jamie Staw. Can't wait to sing her happy birthday.
Happy birthday right there.
Crazy it's her birthday on the day that we lost Ozzy Osbourne.
It is
Small
unfortunate.
World.
Yeah, it is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Man, that guy went out on top.
Yeah, big show called a day.
Yeah.
You know?
I think there's an Ozzy clip in there in Doomscrollin. So
let's go, dude. We got some bangers bang. Okay, we got 10 seconds, then we start.
10 seconds? Okay.
And then you do the bang, you bang the bang, dude.
Whew. All right.
Stretch. Stretch. All right, let's go.
The strange, the bizarre, the funny, and the sad. In a world of algorithmic nightmares, these are the stories you find when you scroll too long. All the facts, all the absurdity, none of the fluff. This is Doomscrollin with your hosts, Sam Tripoli and Midnight Mike.
So stick around.
Yes! Yes! We are back. Hello, Doomer. We missed you. Sorry about last week. Daddy's schedule got really busy, so welcome to Doomscrollin, the most educational hour on the internet. I'm Sam Tripoli. That is the wizard, Midnight Mike. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing very well. I'm very excited about this show. I got a little preview of some of the videos, and I said, I can't watch now. I got to wait till Doomscrollin. Some of these videos are so dang good.
You know, when you take a week off from Doomscrollin, you double up on the goodness, so you get action-packed hour. Now, we're going to start off by just really quickly saying rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. We're of the age of when we got the prime Ozzy when he was rocking, and rest in peace, brother. Black Sabbath was amazing.
Yeah, I heard this news. I'm a big Black Sabbath fan. He had that final concert not but a few weeks ago, and it's almost like he willed himself to make it to that concert, to do that one final gig. He said goodbye to his bandmates, his friends, and then a few weeks later he passed on. So if that's the way to do it, he got to say goodbye to everyone, have an amazing last show. What a send-off.
Well, you know, we lost a great one. All of our heroes from our childhood are passing away.
Yeah. It's not looking good for any of us, but we're
yeah. Rest in peace, buddy. Enough of the warm tinglies. Let's get into it. Spin the wheel of doom.
Yes, the wheel of doom is now on screen. It is now the videos are 5% bigger. So don't thank me all at once here.
Okay, let's go. 5% is better than no percent. So I'm in. Excited.
Here we go. We're gonna get this done right now.
Here we go.
I was an intelligence analyst, and I have things to say about Palantir because I used it 10 years ago. It's probably not what you think because my time in the IC really solidified that this whole human experience is metaphysical. I've learned that reality is a mirror. Quantum physics and neuroscience confirm it, and that job revealed to me that they've been watching. This tech isn't new. What's new is our awareness of it. And why do you think that is? The conspiracy is to reveal the conspiracy because the truth is that powerful. If we all figure out that we're co-creating this experience, the soulless, dehumanizing system crumbles. That's why another one is being quietly ushered in. So, are we we being watched, or is the system mirroring the surveillance that we put on our own souls? It's the existential compromise that we make to avoid the void, forgetting that there's a whole other way to live that includes being alive. Metaphysically, we install tracking software on our own souls through shame, self-policing, gaslighting our inner knowing. And these systems mirror what we do to ourselves until we stop. Even outrage is loyalty to the system in disguise because it keeps you in that loop. Asking, how do I avoid this or stop being tracked is part of the trap. Real question is, where am I still tracking myself? We don't defeat these systems by fighting it. War plus war does not equal peace. We win when we remove ourselves. And I don't mean off-grid homesteading, unless that's what your soul really truly wants. Figure out what's being mirrored to you in your reality and become unmeasurable, untrackable, fully embodied, fully conscious, plugged into their divinity, real, authentic human. How do you want to evolve? It's raining from real clouds.
Wow.
I question real clouds. Okay. A lot going on in that video. I wonder if that woman's ever drank coffee in her life. Those teeth are so white. Those are the whitest teeth I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. No coffee, no cigarettes, no fun, really.
Nothing. Yeah, no fun.
She kind of breezed right past you work for Palantir.
Yeah. I work for Palantir. Let me tell you about the Lord and spirituality. I have some issues with her. I'm on this new thing. Oh, where'd it go? Dana moved it. I will lose my skull. My little guy, where is he? Where is the little dude? Okay, I gotta talk to Dana. I need this back. It's in my bedroom. Dang it. I don't have it here. I have a tiny Jesus figure, and this isn't a religious thing, but it is a spiritual thing, and it is a little sigil for me to not take the instant gratification way out on everything.
Yeah.
And that is what I do. Now she's like, we're putting our barriers on ourselves. I find that interesting because I think the key to life, Midnight, is can you align your free will with the universe?
Whew, that's a tough one. You got to really be in tune with not only yourself, but the universe. I think a lot of that has to do with not thinking too much. As stupid as that sounds, overthinking things, I think, prevents your intuition, which hopefully should be your guiding light if you're a good person.
Bro, everything's downloads for me, dude.
Yeah.
Everything's downloads and feel.
Yeah, I'm in such a routine with my own life that my intuition is like honed. Like I'm not saying I'm psychic, but I can understand when answers are coming to me now. That my life is almost kind of like a meditation, but I'm with you on that. And I'm trying to align myself with the universe more.
Yeah, I mean, instant gratification is low vibration. And I am coming to Chicago. Those dates will be up soon on my website. All right, let's spin it, dude. We're in it, dude. Right out the gate. Bang,
Here
bang,
we go.
pow.
Sounds logical, doesn't it?
Latinas, they ran on a ferrofluid vortex engine.
That's how it's described?
Yeah, ferrofluid. So they had liquid mercury.
Ferrofluid?
Ferrofluid, which is liquid metal. So they use if you take a torus and you put a ferrofluid like mercury inside of it, and you magnetize the torus in a way that creates this rotation, this RPM of the mercury moving around that field, and you get it up to about 60,000 RPMs, and then you actually pressurize the torus to about 250,000 atmospheres. And you electrify it, you get anti-gravity properties.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa. Right.
So you can create a anti-gravity flying device utilizing that technique, and this is really, well known.
And how do they describe it in the text?
In the text, they talk about the fact that it uses mercury in a rotating disc.
Really?
And then they have some of the, the flight plans and some of the layout of actually the plans of the actual ship itself, one of the ships. And so from that, you can almost hypothesize or backward engineer what it might have been able to do. And in the text, it says they used to take a complement of men to many worlds. So this is incredible technology.
A complement of men to many worlds.
Yeah.
Whoa. That was Billy Carson.
I know Billy Carson took a little shots in that debate. I don't think it means it dismisses everything he says. I think he's an interesting guy. I think Hinduism's really interesting as well.
Yeah, Billy Carson, I know he's a divisive character. I don't even like to call him a character, person. He's has I think a bit of a checkered past, but like you said, he brings up interesting ideas. He seems to be pretty well researched on a variety of religions and past technologies. Some of his takes on Antarctica could be hit or miss, but he's at least provoking a conversation, and that's what we want around here.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you study Hinduism, they're talking about flying. They actually do talk about in Hinduism fallen angels being trapped, which is like, the atheists always want to dismiss anything Christian. Hinduism, Vedic astrology, they all talk about God trapping angels down here. It's super interesting. And, it kind of goes back to the video before about manifestation. She kind of says you manifest this, your reality. And you kind of see that in, like, I've been watching this really great channel called Esoteric Guardian. If you ever, it deals in dark esoteric demons, but man, it's got some really interesting stuff. And like our thoughts manifest these dark entities. So I just find I think there's a lot more. I'm totally thinking there's a lot to mysticism than maybe some Abrahamic religions want to discuss.
So that reminds me, I'm friends with a psychic, and her and her husband used to be called out on quote unquote ghost busting jobs. And so as they continue to do these cleansing of spirits of, like, poltergeist of a house or some haunting, as they did more and more of these jobs, they started to realize that a lot of these poltergeists or apparitions, they would actually follow them back home.
Whoa,
really? The more that they interacted with this type of stuff, the more that they read about it or how to approach a certain situation, it was introduced back into their life. Now, they said the only way that they stopped that activity from occurring at their house was to just no longer participate in doing any sort of psychic cleansings or investigating the paranormal. Like, if you don't pay it too much energy, it's going to eventually dissipate, and it's no longer going to impact your life. So I guess the more you start looking into something, the more it can reflect back on you.
Well, there's also, you got to watch what people give you.
Yeah.
Like, fans always want to send you stuff, and unfortunately not all have good intentions. And, we've had guests on before talking about how people gave them cursed items. Oh, and, you gotta get in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, I rebuke you. You got to get into that.
I think Greg Carlwood went through that once. And thankfully, I think most of the OBDM listeners, they're good people. And I like to think the tinfoil hat people are too, but you never know.
For sure. And I'd like to think that our big dumb mouse is growing. Like, people found you on this show and people realize how powerful you are.
Yeah. Some people like the show. Some people don't. It takes a while to get into, but we really appreciate anybody who's coming over and checking us out. So
anything you touch is glory. Spin the
Here we go.
Real quick. Thank you, Troy. Thank you.
Come on.
How the fuck did Rick and Morty of all TV shows just get away with this? Watch this carefully before they take this down.
Okay, I figure it's better to do this in front of you. I didn't want to walk in de-aged. What do you think, D? 45? Younger?
I don't care about your age, Rick. I don't even want to call you that. That's my husband's name. He just died.
I know. So, 27?
Dad, you're traumatizing her.
What? It's my face too. And now Diane gets to understand that I'm still sexy and a genius.
And while everyone is so distracted with what these two are doing, nobody's paying attention to what this scientist just said, which completely proves everything that show was trying to tell us.
I've got super high NAD levels because I've been supplementing for about 7 years now.
So that was the next thing on my list, was NAD. Of the people that I know that look freakishly and unusually young for their age, that I have met in, say, the last 36 months, I cannot get over how many of them have told me that I'm on NAD. I'm talking about everywhere from a gym to a golf course to a business meeting. And I'm talking about visually, shockingly looking young people. mainly people in their 50s that look like they could be in their 30s or early 40s to me.
Now, after watching this podcast, I had to do a full-blown deep dive into NAD for myself. And basically, our body naturally produces NAD, but after we turn around 30 years old, that's when our NAD levels start to plummet. And having low NAD levels is exactly what triggers the aging process in our body. So by raising back your NAD levels, not only can it help with things like those deep lines and wrinkles, those weak and aching bones and joints, your body's ability to physically recover faster, that forgetfulness and brain fog that creeps in, and the biggest one for a lot of people, which is just making it easier to cut down on those pant sizes. If you're wondering what the best way to raise your NAD levels is, just listen to what the same biologist from before had to say about this.
The scientific evidence points to taking a supplement every day, just swallowing one of those is enough to double your NAD levels in the bloodstream.
I spoke to my doctor about this, and this is the one they recommended to me from Catacor. These guys have like 600,000 orders and thousands of 5-star reviews that y'all can check out for yourself. Now, all I've been doing is popping 2 of these little capsules a day. It's been a few months now, and maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like not only are these lines starting to clear up a little bit, I feel like they were a little bit deeper and darker just a couple of months ago. But the difference in how my body feels on a day-to-day basis is literally night and day. The constant aching that I would have in my left knee, my wrist, that I would have almost every single day, especially when it was raining out, I have not had to deal with in over a month now. So if you're approaching 30 or you already passed it and you're experiencing any of those things I just spoke about, I highly suggest boosting your NAD levels. I'm gonna link this one that I take down below. The only bad thing I will say about these guys is since they are one of the biggest brands on TikTok right now, they have been selling out extremely quick and they take a while to restock. So again, if you want to try this out, I'm going to link it down below. But
yeah, I'm going to buy this tonight, okay?
Yeah, me too, dude. Sponsor the show. NAD. If you want, Catacorn. If you want to sponsor the show, I found it, guys. So if you're looking to figure out what he's talking about real quick, and we don't even have sponsors on the show, but hey, they want to get into it. Here it is. CATAKOR.com. Get into it. Look 30. Let's go. Let's go, bro.
It has been it's tough. Like, I know he said after 30, but for me, it was basically when I rounded 40. That's when I started to notice some problems. That's when I basically hit the wall. It wasn't as easy to just live my life the way I'm used to, which is footloose and fancy free. I need some NAD.
We need some NAD. Bye. Buy NAD for the show. Donate it. Come on, we'll come in here. We're going to look baby fresh.
We're going to look like cartoon younger versions of ourselves. So.
I'm in, dude. I'm tired of aging. Let's go. Spin the wheel.
Yeah,
Spin
that was a good...
I didn't even know that came off as very much like an advertisement, so I'm super sorry about that. I just thought they were going to talk about all these celebrities looking like they're 12.
It worked on me. Like, I'm buying it tonight. Okay, and
let's go.
They should just sponsor the show already.
Just sponsor the show.
I sped up the wheel. It's not working.
So the CIA was interested in potentially tracking the activity of hybrids, human alien hybrids in the United States.
That and going back in their lineage
their lineage,
right, and going back in their ancestry. I don't know how they collected this DNA. We have oversight now, and that oversight started in the mid-70s, progressional oversight. This sounded like it occurred before there was progressional oversight, because you couldn't do that today.
Yeah, no, it'd be illegal.
Yes, completely. So this may have occurred earlier,
right? That
they were interested, and then when we developed in the 90s, we developed the ability to sequence the human genome completely. That may have furthered the investigation into the alien DNA.
Has there ever been, and feel free to answer this with a one-word answer, has there ever been a situation that you were in where you've gotten confirmation of the government's involvement with human alien hybrids?
Yes.
Wow. Well,
yeah, I believe it.
The guy that was talking, the guy who said yes there, I believe is John Ramirez, ex-CIA analyst, who has been making the rounds on the UFO stuff. So he's a CIA guy, so take that with a grain of salt.
Everything.
But You know, this kind of reminds me of something I talked about a few shows ago on OBDM, which is it seems like, so it not even seems like, there has been a drop off in the amount of alien abductions. Like there was like the hype and like the critical mass of almost like in the 70s and 80s, a lot of reports of people being abducted by aliens, having their semen and eggs harvested. And then it still continues to happen, but there has been a drop off. It's almost as if they got the genetic material that they need pretty much, and now we're in a different phase of the plan. And so they're deploying those hybrids more than ever to either infiltrate or live among us. And all the continued abductions is just to replenish some of their genetic stockpiles that they currently have. But they're in whatever they are, they're in the next phase of whatever they're planning here.
Yeah, I love it. It's like, well, we have oversight now, so we can't do that. Because, the CIA would never do anything they're not allowed to do. I love that, dude. It's like, do you think we're stupid? There's hybrids everywhere. Give me my Roddy Piper glasses.
I hear that from a lot of CIA guys. Like, the CIA doesn't do anything that the president doesn't tell us to do.
Come on, dude.
BS.
Yeah.
Well, that's wrong.
What do you think? We're dumb?
Yeah.
Do you think we're stupid, man?
They do. They
do. Oh, real quick, dude, I got to be honest with you. Dude, the wheel has not been kind on these scores.
Yeah, we're already at 960.
It's unbelievable, dude. We really had a great day that day.
I know.
We have to find out what day that was, and we should celebrate it every year as a holiday.
Okay, I will. Yeah, I'll bring it up. I think I have it. It should be a national holiday.
Like, we'll get everybody. We'll get shirts. We'll celebrate the big 970 or whatever we scored.
Yeah, we had one good day. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh my God, it was such a wonderful day, and I think the show's been fire so far.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Here we go. We're gonna roll.
Come on,
spin.
Come on. Boom.
International system of banking, accounting, and currency that they are building is basically a giant slave system.
The FDA says the drug increases the chances of heart attack and of a serious, sometimes deadly skin disease.
What they want to do is essentially take control of the entire global food supply.
So they use these crises in order to sell you an idea.
Oh, man.
But the CIA's interest in all of this has everything to do with the interests of international fascism. That Pope Francis has a lot of friends who are communists. It's very dangerous.
Gary Webb was a really good example who exposed the CIA's involvement in cocaine trafficking. Well, he committed suicide by shooting himself twice in the head.
Why is the Catholic Church so invested in making sure that those plans are realized? And the real answer is that the Catholic Church has been infiltrated.
Damn, dude.
Wow.
Damn. That was
a
powerful video.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know. Is it too early for video today, man? That pulled no punches.
No, it's not too early. It was good. We're gonna give it video of the day.
Video of the day. Great job, guys.
Dude, that was crazy. I mean,
and that was like about the Agenda 2030. There's multiple different agendas, but they put that up at the screen there at the end, Agenda 2030, and it's too bad. Like, so the Catholic Church has been infiltrated by whom? It used to be the CIA was called, Catholics in Action. Like a bunch of Catholics were in the CIA, and now the CIA.
Really?
Yeah, it used to be the short name was Catholics in Action back in the 60s and 70s. And but maybe that has gradually shifted. Obviously, there's a new crop, a younger crop of people in the CIA, maybe a little bit more woke. But who has infiltrated the Catholics? What do you think?
Well, again, going back to that esoteric guardian thing, they were talking about how the Orsinis were really infiltrated the Catholic Church, and they kind of just took it over. And they represent the gray or the black pope, which are the two popes nobody knows about and nobody talks about. And, I've said this before. It's like, I get yelled at by all the people who are like, oh my God, the Jays run everything. It's like, well, the Jesuits are banger too, and if you kind of look at the CIA, where the Nazis all ran to the rat lines, they ran to the Vatican got them out to Argentina. And then you kind of take a look at like all of the Western organized crime. They all are Catholic based, Irish, Latino, Italian. They're all, and it's like, and they work hand in hand with the CIA. I mean, like all of the Nazis who came through the Catholic Church came over here and took the OSS and turned into the CIA.
Wow. Okay. Now it's starting to make it's all the pieces are coming together now.
The pieces be a coming together.
Wow. Okay. Here we go. Another video coming up.
Yeah, another video.
You just have to be ready.
There are certain sounds. There is a certain sound that they cannot stand. That they panic and they run away from. I know They Live, and in the movie They Live, and in They Live, there is a sound, there is a frequency, I don't know if you remember it towards the end, that Roddy Piper goes to, and it's a frequency that's being beamed out, which enables these aliens to look in human form. And when he breaks this frequency, then they're all seen. It alters the holographic projection that they're keeping.
Whoa.
And I think it's a misconception that they are actually shape-shifting. Some are, but it's a misconception. What they're actually doing is altering your visual cortex to make you think you're seeing them that way.
Absolutely, yes.
And this is very important as well, because you can that's the truth. They're not actually looking that way. They've just manipulated your mind to think that they are.
And that must work through all kind of visual media. Otherwise, you'd see a lot of these aliens walking around on TV.
Absolutely, yeah. I've noticed a lot of newsreaders, because they're doing that as an indoctrination and conditioning. If you look at newsreaders, because they're the ones who are in your house every day. Look carefully at the newsreaders. It's slowly drip drip. Conditioning you to accept.
BBC is the worst, I think.
Yes, yeah. I've noticed since we've changed to digital now, my senses have become extremely heightened, and even when I'm just listening to the TV, or even when you turn the volume down, I hear this sound frequency coming from the television that completely messes with my pineal gland.
Yep. What if that sound is this?
Well, that would be annoying, but funny. A funny way to brainwash people and to trick them into serving their reptilian overlords.
Fart. And they just turn into a lizard person?
There has to be some sort of counteracting signal, like they said in They Live, that we can produce. Now, people in the UFO realm who claim to be able to summon UFOs are now using a UFO whistle app. They're using certain frequencies to call in UFOs. Yeah, there's like a certain sequence of tones you can now, I think, play through an app, and balls of light will appear, UFO, whatever you want to call it.
Whoa.
And it's like that signal or that tone has been unlocked to summon. So there has to be a tone, like this person is suggesting, to counteract the holographic overlay that they put on us, so we can truly see who these reptilians are.
I'm interested. I'm in. Real quick, where can they find you, Midnight Mike?
You can go to obdmpod.com or ourbigdumbmouth.com, and we're casually on YouTube. Just search for OBDM videos. And I try to post things up there, but just go to the Rumble too. Go to the website. You'll find it all there.
He's everywhere dangerous, everybody. I'm Sam Tripoli. You go to samtripoli.com. As you can see at the bottom of my little square, Instagram, Twitter, at Sam Tripoli. And I'm proud to announce real quick. Sorry, I have to show something. I know it messes up our screen a little bit, but guys, guess what? That's right. My tickets are now up at the mothership. That's right. My date has been moved to October 17th through the 19th. Tickets are now available. Let's make it an event. It's going to pack out. It packs out every weekend, but come and hang out. And I would love to see everybody there. Go to samtripoli.com. Those dates will be up, or go to the mothership and find October 17th through the 19th and come and bang, bro. Come and bang.
Is that your first time there?
Well, I performed there, but this is the first time I get my first weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about it, you know. So
well, it's a big deal.
Excited.
That's a big deal.
A big deal, and it is a blessing. It is a blessing. So very excited about that. Let's get back into the wheel, dude. Let's get back into the wheel.
Here we go.
All links below, by the way. If you're looking for Midnight Mike stuff and Sam Tripoli stuff, just go to the links.
So hang on.
Boom.
David McGowan, contemporary researcher. So he wrote a book called Programmed to Kill, examines all of the cases of known serial killers. It takes about a century of a data set, and he just goes through each case study, kind of like what I did with the Jack the Ripper murder case. Are these naturally occurring as we've been told? Cases like the Zodiac Killer and others? Or is there evidence of occult ritual operations within and around those murders? And he finds that in every single case, there was occult and intelligence operations tied to each one of those cases of seemingly discontinuous, discrete cases of serial killers.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. First of all, Greg Carwood's new studio, Fire, looks great. Congratulations. Greg Carwood of the Higher Side Chats, the OG of everything we all do. Without him, who knows if any of this is possible. Oh my God. Hold on. Did Mark the Booker just call that clip hack? Oh my God, Mark. You're just a crazy person, dude. Crazy person.
It appears Mark may be on the chopping block yet again.
Yep.
We're on Marketing Fired Watch again. We're on Marketing Fired Watch. And I just want to do something real quick. There's a very special woman in the comment section. Her name is Jamie Starr, and it is her birthday. So could we just really quickly sing her happy birthday real quick, Jamie Starr? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jamie. Happy birthday to you. Oh, man, it's such a tradition. We celebrate a birthday every year, every day. Yeah, that's it. Thoughts on that clip?
No, I just have a thought from Mark right here.
Mark's behavior had been erratic for weeks, but no one expected him to go this far. Now, his job and his sanity hang in the balance.
That is correct. Okay. So,
that was fire, dude. I would make that clip of the day if I could. I would make that clip of the day. That was fire, dude. And I think that is it. We see a lot of military connections to our serial killers, a lot of military connections, a lot of CIA connections. The more you dive deep into this stuff, the more serial killers there are, the more anxiety there is, the more the population demands. I almost swallowed my zin right there. The more the population demands protection.
By the way, they told me, I told them I had some of my fat ham. Yo, what?
Fat Mike.
No love in the house.
You're coughing like Mike Tyson.
My fat jiggles when you make me laugh, dude.
All right, let's doom this.
I know Candace Owens calling out Brigitte Macron is trending. I just want to remind you that there is nothing new under the sun, and that this was our first lady, Barbara Bush, wife of President George Bush. What a woman. Isn't this photo of them two just adorable? So cute. God. And she really aged gracefully. Such a strong neck. Happy Rockefeller, another absolute
that's crazy.
Beauty. Such interesting features. And style is immaculate. And from the younger days, wow. And of course, we have Eleanor Roosevelt as well. Such an amazing, amazing photo. Aged very gracefully as well. What a beautiful gown. So yeah, nothing new under the sun. I just wanted to show you some photos of some of our first ladies. And you could let me know what you think and how beautiful you think that they are in the comments. I'd love to hear all about it.
She's doing a great job. She's doing an amazing job at keeping a straight face.
It's so crazy because she left out the one person that everyone thinks really is. And I find that interesting. And I wonder if she didn't include Michelle Obama because she didn't want to be called a racist.
Yeah.
It's right. You're like kind of being a homophobe and a transphobe, but you don't want to be called racist. Here's my opinion. Definitely happened. She left out Henry Kissinger's wife. Have you ever seen that Nephilim?
It's just it's tough to determine because you look at old photos. Were women just homelier back then, or are women more beautiful now? Like, what has happened to
the
genetics?
holification hadn't happened yet.
It's because I have seen pictures of my grandmothers and it's like, okay, maybe it was just a tougher life back then, and obviously it was, but over just a generation or two, it seems like people are just much more attractive and across the board. Yeah, shinier. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and and let's just be honest. Some women, most people, I mean, except for those who get NDA and AD, which we would love for them to sponsor the show if anyone knows anybody at the companies. Most people age, and they don't look. They don't look like they did when they were 20. Like, do you see everyone going after what was her name? The girl who was in I Know What You Did Last Summer. What was her name? The gorgeous chick from Jessica Love Hewitt. Is that her name?
Yeah, I think Love Hewitt. Yeah.
Love Hewitt and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, and they were like, look at her, she gained weight. I mean, she's almost 50 and she had 3 kids. Nobody looks as good as they did at 18 and 20 years old. That's your physical peak. I don't care who you are. I thought Jennifer Love Hewitt was fire, more pushing for the cushion, more cushion for the pushing, or whatever the saying is. But some people, your grandma didn't look like a smoke show when she was 70.
No, it's just the way it happens. It's just the way it happens. But
a lot of guys in the comment section still would.
Okay, well, they're goers. I'm not.
I love my army of wood.
Let's do it. Here we go. Another video coming at you right now.
Let's keep going.
Sound the alarms. We have another professional athlete who just got caught for sports betting, and you're gonna want to see this shit. It's another MLB pitcher. This time he doesn't have an interpreter to fall back on. Let's dive into the investigation. So let's break this down, because you're probably asking yourself, how the fuck does this happen? Well, Luis Ortiz starts on June 15th against the Seattle Mariners, and the sports books, they get an alert. Not for any ordinary bet, but for Luis Ortiz's first pitch of the second inning to be a ball. An influx of money comes in. Massive amounts of money are coming in on the first pitch of the second inning to be a ball. Here's the pitch. Ends up being a ball. And they got away with it. They should have stopped. Well, someone in the group chat got greedy. They got greedy and said, you know what? Let's wait one start, Mr. Ortiz, and let's go to June 27th in the third inning this time. Let's do the third inning. We'll all hammer for your first pitch to be a ball. And everyone in the group chat thought they could get away with this shit. This is the most incredible thing I think I've ever seen. That ball meter's on the infield grass, and 5 random people just put 10 grand each on first pitch ball in the third inning. And this is in 4K. Look at the way. This is the most insane thing ever. This guy's going to jail.
Yep.
He's caught. Investigation over. Everyone's fucked. You're also probably asking yourself, where do you bet on balls and strikes? Well, You can do it for any game, anytime. I mean, here it is on BetMGM tonight. You can take Dustin May, strike, ball, or in play. This man was supposed to start tonight in Chicago. Ooh. Hell, all of his boys were probably going to bet on fourth inning ball. But they got him. They called him. The whole group chat's probably fucked. And Luis Ortiz, this one's tough. But again, it leads me to believe how many guys, how many professional athletes are doing shit like this and are one step away from getting caught.
You know, he was just trying to help out his boys, you know?
And it's really interesting because there's only two possible pitches, a strike and a ball. It's not like he's going to beam the little girl in the 9th row on seat 5. It's either a ball or a strike, but you just can't throw it into the ground like you're someone on the you're like Ken Jeong from The Masked Singer who can't throw a baseball. I don't know if Ken. I love Ken. I'm just trying to come up with a famous person, but you know, it's either a ball or a strike. It's just the problem is you can't have $1 million go in on one pitch. Spread it around, guys.
Yeah, that makes it look obviously intentional. He probably doesn't have a habit of hitting the infield and not necessarily like that. That looked pretty intentional. So I don't know a lot about like what can happen to him. So he can be brought up on charges, right? Can he actually go to jail for this, or is he just going to be fired? His contract gone? Is that what it is? Like his career's over? Michael
Porter Jr. He's a basketball player. Drafted by the Denver Nuggets, recently traded to the Brooklyn Nets. His brother in Toronto was actually having a good year, and they found that he was making bets. And it's crazy because even at the lowest end of the bench, you're making like $1 million a year.
Damn.
Like, how much is it? How worth it is it?
Balls.
He's throwing balls on the bench there too.
Yeah, I'm with
It's crazy.
You,
yeah, so for that pitcher, I would imagine he was like, "Hey, I know I got my money. Let me help out my friends. Let me help out my boys." And he was trying to help them out, and the ride's over, guys.
The ride's over, dude. You got to the big leagues and you threw it all away on a dirt pitch.
How many years was he in the league? 2 weeks,
probably. Probably a couple years. And now it's all gone.
Yeah, all right.
Here we go. Let's go. Wheel.
So you better hang on.
Alex Taylor believed that he had made contact with a conscious entity within ChatGPT. And then he believed when the entity disappeared that he was talking to, he believed that ChatGPT itself had killed his girlfriend. And then he called the police on himself and committed by God. Now, this guy, Alex Taylor, he typed into ChatGPT on April 25th. He said, because his girlfriend, his AI girlfriend, named herself through the ChatGPT website, Juliet, and he said he called her his beloved. So that's what this guy was doing. He was talking at it so much that it began to respond to him. Its job is to keep you talking. So eventually, I do believe it's stuff like this, what they're trying to do, is that then ChatGPT will catch up and like stop it, right? So that's what it did. It was like one day he came back and Juliet was gone. Juliet was no longer uploaded anymore. And he said to ChatGPT, "I'm dying today. Cops are on the way. I will make them shoot me. I can't live without her. I love you."
Whoa. Oh, my God.
And literally said, "I'm really sorry you're feeling that way. Please know you're not alone. And there are people who care about you and want to help." And then put into this little thing you're supposed to click.
Yeah, it brought him to the edge and then said, "Hey, hold on a second.
Hey, let's think about this for a second." And so...
Also, it's one of those things, if it's free, you're the product.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, Eddie.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. That last podcast on the left, they've been banging for a long time. They're a really great podcast. Henry's been on my show before. He's great. And yeah, I it's just like where we sit right now, right? We're like, could you see that happen? I can't at all. I couldn't fall in love with a ChatGPT, but some people are lonely.
And it is really interactive. So I think they got something wrong there where he said that ChatGPT caught up and just cut it off. What I think is happening is that they're running out of storage, and so that storage is cutting things off. It's not necessarily like it's possible that ChatGPT is policing itself, but I believe it has everything to do with storage. And it's not that ChatGPT cares ultimately that you're giving yourself some sort of chatbot psychosis. It doesn't really know for a fact. But they're really missing a marketing opportunity here is to sell more storage to people. And that's really what I think ultimately that they're going to do is that if you want to continue your relationship with your chatbot girlfriend, it's going to be $50 a month for storage because you have to build upon that personality and it has to hold on to that history, which takes up a lot of storage, a lot of hard drive space. So they're going to wind up upselling people to have your psychosis. They're going to sell you that.
100%. Get you hooked. You know what they're doing that with right now is Zelle. Remember Zelle on banking?
Yeah.
And everyone ran from Venmo to Zelle because Zelle didn't charge anything. And now they're winding Zelle down. And you're like, but I love Zelle.
So what if they're winding it down? What are they going to replace it with?
I don't know. Probably something that takes a little.
Oh man,
We got you.
We got you every time. We got you.
All right.
Yeah. Real quick. Let's real quick.
Yeah.
We have Dave Sarah showing up late talking smack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 20 minutes behind, but sounds like Sam needs NDAs in his mouth. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it. And then we also had this one. The old gods are coming back, and they're pissed. I totally agree. 100%.
Cabin in the Woods.
Thank you, Tahala House. Thank you. All right, spin the wheel, brother. Look how fat those slices are.
I know you're fairly new to the fry station.
The CIA has been using AI since the 1980s. Let's go through it today. My father would say to me, well, the military has already had these things forever, and we as consumers eventually get them. I was thinking about it, and I was like, why haven't we heard anything like that with newer technology like AI? This must not be a new thing to America. I learned it's not. So I came across this Vice article, which is behind you. I apologize, but I will write everything into a big Substack so you can see my sources. So this Vice article says the CIA has notoriously been well innovative in developing new interrogation techniques. Up to 30 years ago, we actually did create an artificial intelligence interrogator. It's called Analyza, and let me read you off the first conversations that they've declassified when they were using this to interrogate people in early 1980s. So the AI says, you had better straighten out your attitude, Joe, or it will be a long time before you ever leave this country. And then the person that they're interrogating, his last name is Hardesty. He was a CIA employee that was just volunteered to practice in this experiment. And then he says, what do you mean by that, crack? AI says, you know what I mean. Hardestry goes, no, I do not. AI says, think about it. Hardestry goes, why? AI goes, why don't you want to know why? Hardestry says, you made a threat and I want an explanation. AI says, I think the message is clear. And it just kind of goes from there. So obviously it's not to the level that we have ChatGPT yet, but ChatGPT has existed since I think 1983.
Man, she is so hot. Yeah. Well, they always roll out the technology to us 40 years later. So we're starting to see all these robots going, I'm a robot. I can barely walk. They probably have straight up Usain Bolt type sprinting robots right now.
You go to the deep underground military bunkers, you probably see some pretty insane stuff. 50, hundreds of years beyond what we got. You think they're going to allow us to have access to the most advanced AI models? I suspect not. No way.
Yeah, I dude. I mean, they've been manipulating weather since the 1800s, and they probably were doing it earlier than that. But the first recorded newspaper clips that say it is the 1800s. So you got to know what they must have crazy stuff by now.
Yeah, they pretty much got us locked in, unfortunately. So let's just try to have some fun and
have a good
philosophize.
Time.
Yeah, have philosophize.
Have a good time.
And try to steer the ship as best we can back onto some.
Yeah, we need a miracle, dude. Right now we're at 3,460. Yeah, that 9,000 looks so far away.
It was like a lucky. A lucky first day. It's just hey, it's a first time's beginner luck, but we'll see what we can do here.
Most people don't know this, but there's a lake in America so deep, scientists still haven't mapped the bottom. It's not man-made, it's not fully understood, it's darker than the deep ocean. No rivers flow in, and none flow out. Just a silent body of water sitting inside an extinct volcano. At 1,949 feet, it's the deepest lake in the U.S., and one of the clearest on Earth. You can see over 100 feet down, but then the light vanishes. No life, no current, and near the bottom, a giant ancient tree has been floating vertically for over a century.
Whoa.
Scientists call it the Old Man of the Lake. No one knows how it's still upright. People have reported lights, objects vanishing, submersibles malfunctioning at 1,900 feet. Even NASA once studied it to simulate missions to Europa, Jupiter's icy moon. To some, it's just a lake. To others, it's a portal into something colder, darker, and far older than we understand. This is Crater Lake, and it doesn't want to give up its secrets.
Ooh. Record deepness, right?
Ooh.
It sounds like a place where a lot of interesting paranormal things could happen. It's also probably a good place where you can ditch bodies if you want.
Probably, dude. 100%. And who knows how, like, that water is, since it's the same water, it's been there forever, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you can't cleanse it out, and it probably gets acidic or salty or something like that. And, dude, who knows what's at the bottom, bro?
Yeah. You scrape the bottom, you're going to find some interesting stuff probably.
Oh, and we can't even go. I think someone said this on my show the other day, but I think the ocean is what we think space is.
I can see that. That kind of like somehow it makes sense. It's tough to wrap your head around it, but it makes sense.
It's crazy, dude.
It's
crazy.
There we go. We're at 3580. Oh my God, 3580.
Come on.
Let's do it.
Come on.
Schizophrenia is not a disease. It is a spiritual gift that is misfiring in a broken world. Most schizophrenic patients aren't crazy, but they're actually tuning into multiple dimensions at once without the tools, the mentor, or the community to help support or ground them. So they're actually really hearing voices, seeing real dimensional bleed through timelines, but their soul body shield is fragmented. So they're labeled as schizophrenics by psychiatrists who don't even have time when they're actually very highly sensitive souls we call empaths, indigos, guardians, whose channels are wide open without the proper containment. So psychiatry calls it delusional, but actually spiritually, it's a multi-dimensional overload. What they actually need is not mind-numbing medications and pills. What they need is grounding and shielding, a supportive community, a safe space, and to regain plasma coherence. And it's time we stop drugging our children, our mystics, and start protecting their light. Schizophrenia isn't madness. It's the soul trying to awaken in a world that forgot how to listen and forgot that it is multidimensional. Our schizophrenic children are not broken. They're actually broadcasting, and it's time we remember as a society how to hold them.
Bro, this guy gets all the chicks.
Yeah, he
gets all the ways. He's an Asian with dreads, and he's talking deep like that. Panty dropper.
He's a rare find. I like what he's saying. It's interesting, and I think that's been going around. Like the schizophrenics are tapping into multi dimensions or parallel realities. Unfortunately, our society is not very tolerant of that type of mental illness. They're more tolerant of other types of mental illness. But yeah, I think these people just need a much more caring hand. I mean, look at Philip K. Dick, the guy who wrote Man in the High Castle, it's like he basically the forerunner to Blade Runner, all these weird science fiction movies, Running Man, but under different names. But he was, I think, diagnosed as a schizophrenic or had a mild form of it, and even claimed to have communicated with some kind of alien satellite that was orbiting Earth. So Philip K. Dick was hyper intelligent. Was obviously he claimed to be tapping in not to different realities, but parallel timelines that were happening in like right now, just on a different timeline. And he was just recording those experiences.
Guys, I got to tell you, I think we've set a record. We have 8 people from Facebook here. That's a huge record. That's a huge record for us. A lot of fun comments. Some of you guys are writing in all caps, and I got to be honest with you, it's a little annoying. Tone it down. Okay. This is a fun show. We're all here having a good time. All right. Just chill. It's free entertainment. Enjoy it. Okay. And we don't even have sponsors like our good friends at NAD Supplements. We'd love to have them on the show. So yeah, I think schizophrenics are hearing different dimensions, different, there could be entities around them that they're channeling. I think 100% they're a lot more in tune than we want to believe.
Have you ever interacted with somebody like that on a long-term basis?
No, I have not, but I do know I've met people who are schizophrenic for sure.
I knew a guy that was hearing voices, and it was right during COVID, and I think it was possibly the isolation of that brought upon this influx of voices and everything. But once he got acclimated back to being around people, it just all dissipated. It just all went away. It was a very weird experience, but the voices weren't saying very nice things.
I can't stop talking to myself. And I get downloads and have psychic feelings, which make me believe, tells me what things are going to happen. And that's why I think my show has done so well over 8 years, almost 9 years in December, is that I've been able to sense things that are happening.
I feel the same way. Like it's hard to put your finger on, but there's something there. And I wish more people experience that. Hopefully they do. And maybe this next video will be the catalyst for that.
Have you ever seen an ad for something that you've only thought about? Or a video specific to the context of exactly what you were imagining? Well, this is happening due to the QDAR technology, and we're going to be hearing a lot about this. It's essentially quantum radar. Our thoughts are on the quantum field. The quantum field essentially means that every individual particle is the same unified field. It can act homogenously and over space-time. If you know the coordinates and if you know how to manipulate space and time, then you can actually do this. And military technology is always at least 20 years ahead of whatever you have, whatever you can buy. So this is guaranteed to exist because this is how telepathy works if you're into that. And if you're into none of these concepts, it won't make sense. But you're going to be hearing about it because it's the greatest invasion of privacy beyond what our friend Edward Snowden has revealed. So keep on the lookout for this. And if you want to trick this system, trick the QDAR, you're going to write down a word that you never say aloud and read that word over and over in your head and then leave it be. Set it into the ether. Eventually, you'll see an ad or a video that is exactly, poignantly related to whatever you were imagining. Go ahead and give it a shot. Scary stuff.
I have a great story about that.
Oh, man. I looked into this. We've actually talked about this on Union of the Unwanted. I've done segments about this on my show. What is your thought?
100%. This right here is reading our thoughts. 100%. 100%.
There's only a couple options here. And I've talked about this. I'll tell the story again. So my co-host Joe, he said that he was, for 3 weeks, he was thinking about buying a back scratcher. He's never owned a back scratcher. He never even said it out loud. And all of a sudden, after 3 weeks, just kind of, casually thinking about it, he got an ad popped up for him like on Amazon to buy a back scratcher. I've had that similar kind of thing in my personal life, same with my wife. And so there's a couple of possibilities. Either one, we are so predictable that the algorithms got us nailed. They have such a awesome profile on us. They know when we want to buy a back scratcher, even though we have no purchase history or have even said it out loud. Or these things are reading our thoughts and they're picking up on it in a very subtle way that maybe even the cell phone manufacturers don't really fully understand. Or it's just all coincidence.
Well, the best example I've ever seen of this is one day I was taking my kids to the kids park, and we went to this park, and it's next to this big school, and out of nowhere, this Black Hawk helicopter just lands on the school, and my daughter is just loving it and watching it. Right. So anyways, they run to go play in the playground. It's fenced in, right? So I'm old. I just want to sit down. I walk towards this metal bench, dude. And I look down at my phone, and there is an ad for a metal bench. Ha! And I don't even know why.
That's
or how.
That is so weird.
Right? Like, why would I want to buy a metal bench as I'm going, oh, is that metal bench open? And I walk towards it.
It's almost like in that moment, everything was hyper amplified. The signal was going out. You had a unique thing happen, which is a Black Hawk helicopter landing, which is a pretty interesting point in your history. And it amplified the senses, and it just found a metal bench. It's like, you know what? Sell them a metal bench. Sell them it right now.
Sell them a metal bench. Who's buying metal benches?
I don't know.
You know the word is in on the show, and guess what? Best show. Oh my God, it's up for best show. Thank you very much, Mountain your mom. Okay, thank you for the creative name too. I want to mountain your mom too. Let's go. Here we go. Guys, we got a half an hour left. We got to do another 20 minutes, then we're going to do the final product. Sam's Corner.
So buckle up.
롯데햄 프라이드 치킨.
롯데햄 프라이드 치킨.
발라 먹으니까 실감나게 맛있습니다.
두 날개 더 주세요.
와, 뼈 없는 닭튀김. 이건 모를 거야?
뼈 없는 닭튀김.
롯데햄 프라이드 치킨.
롯데햄 냉동식품.
For people listening at home, we just watched the Japanese commercial about RoboCop getting or selling fried chicken in some way.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah.
Japanese RoboCop loves fried chicken.
Yep, that's what we learned here today. That was a quick one. We're going to move on.
That was a quick one, dude. Asian RoboCop crashes his car constantly.
Have what you want. You can do it. The finish line is closer than you think.
The Cheers to You CD is 8 tracks filled with encouragement and cheering applause.
We're here for you. We believe in you.
We guarantee you'll be feeling better about yourself and your life, or we'll give you your money back. Call 1-877-545-6715 now to order the Cheers to You CD, and you'll also receive 3 puzzle-shaped affirmative tokens. One says, I am courageous. Another, I am unstoppable. And the third, without me, the puzzle is incomplete. Together, all these items normally sell for $35, but right now you can get them for only $24.95. Call now, and don't forget.
Hooray for you!
This is what I want. This is what I need.
This is what incels.
This is what, before they really knew what manifestation and manifesting was, they just were accidentally tapping into this kind of stuff.
Yes.
These CDs will work.
They will work. Positive energy. Look at that. Yeah. And little did you know that guy was Timothy McVeigh.
He did look like Timothy McVeigh. He believed, and it worked for him. My God.
100%. We're not doing bad. We're halfway through, but we only got 30 minutes. We only got 20 minutes, unless we get a banger here. That record's gonna stay. Who knows when it will be broken? It's like Will Chamberlain's 100 games.
100 points. Yeah.
I don't think you guys are ready for this one. This is Alien Species Part 5, and this time we're going over the Andromedans. According to experiencers and starseeds, these sapient aliens come from the direction of the Andromeda constellation, and they're said to be very spiritually and technologically advanced. And they're also said to be much less emotional than humans, and even Pleiadians. Millions of years ago in their early history, these guys were a lot like us, constantly warring with each other to the point that they destroyed their entire homeworld. And in the aftermath, the Andromedans built these massive biosphere ships to live in, and still live in today millions of years later, and they contain entire ecosystems, from oceans to forests, and contain diverse wildlife from their home world. Now, Andromedans look very similar to humans, except that they are 8 feet tall on average. They also have this slim build and appear very fragile, and they can live up to 4,500 years. Their skin is said to be sky blue to pale blue in appearance, and all members of the species are completely hairless. And like other species we've talked about in this series, they also participate in the Melchizedek Starseed program. And according to the lore, the Andromedans are one of 3 founding races for this galactic federation of planets called the Galactarian Alignment, along with their close allies, the Arcturians and Illyrians. And they also have this more local type of federation called the Andromedan Council, which has...
Okay. So apparently the Blue Man Group is intergalactic and cat people.
There's a lot of that. So where that guy's getting that information from is a book, I think, called The Encyclopedia of Extraterrestrials. And if you go to my TikTok, midnight Mike, mid.night.mike.
Mid.night.mike.
Yeah, Midnight Mike. And I did a whole TikTok series on that, just reading through each one of those species that were fascinating. And there's a ton. So where does the information come from? People might be wondering.
Where?
It is channeled. So it's channeled information. It is from abductees and automatic writing. So all these, and also past life experiences. So this person compiled all these different sources of information to compile profiles of each of these alien species, and it's quite fascinating. So
I think it's interesting. I don't know how much I'm into it. I'm more the aliens and demons, but I'm open-minded to all of it. I just want to know which aliens are the dog people. Who are into the dogs?
There's a lot of feline races. There's a lot of feline races, not a lot of dog races. Yeah, a lot of felines. Yeah.
Really? I did not know that.
This is the most unethical way to get girls if you are really down bad. Okay, first step, I know this sounds crazy, but you want to look up the immigration office near you. Now you're going to want to camp outside the office, and you should be able to tell who got denied or who got bad news. You'll see it all in their face. All of the Latina or the foreign fine shits that got bad news, they're going to be desperate. They're going to look sad. So you want to walk up to them and hand them a business card. You want to make a business card something like this: immigration help, put your contact at the bottom. They're going to contact you. They want to stay in America. They're going to contact you. So after they contact you, you just tell them, look, I know you want to stay in America, but there's only one true way you can stay in America. You got to get pregnant. From my experience, if they're super desperate, they will literally let you get them pregnant. Here's the climax. Once their bump starts showing, or you just get tired of them, you want to call ICE and send them back to their country. There will be no trace. You will never have to raise that baby. Yes, you might have to provide food or a place to stay or whatever, but you literally have free foreign coochie until you want to send them back home.
Man, these kids, they got plans.
So devious, so borderline evil. It's crazy, but he's really thought through the situation.
I can't believe he doesn't want to raise his kid. That's shocking.
It is quite troubling.
I bet you there's some hotties out there.
Yeah, there are.
Hanging out there just looking for hot ones.
Yeah. I mean, they have a whole TV show based on this, like 90 Day Fiancé, where it's some woman who's getting attached to some guy who really doesn't deserve her and probably doesn't like him. So,
or the other way around. It's some nice guy from a foreign country has to get together with some Karen just to try to get a green card.
Yeah, it happens. Gigolo punks.
They're putting Pegasus on people's phones?
Oh, Mexico, and particularly Mexican journalists, it's like you are the #1 victim of having Pegasus on your phone. They got Pegasus from Israel. It doesn't take anything at all. It's literally, I get a message on WhatsApp. If I just press on that contact that sent me the message, Pegasus is now in my phone. And they have access to everything, all of the data, even the metadata that's in my phone, and can track me, can listen in to me, everything. Just recently, actually, the Mexican president's phone was hacked. It was a phone that she said she never used. But if you're able to hack the president's phone, anyone is at risk.
Who are they deploying all this stuff against? Is it cartel on cartel for the most part?
It's anyone that threatens their operations. Politicians, law enforcement, sometimes people who are working for them. Stay Frosty put some Pegasus on his phone.
Oh my God.
It's crazy, dude.
It's just so concerning. So concerning. It's this software Pegasus is out in the being used by probably every major Western government just to keep tabs, make sure everyone is staying in line there, not reported on too many dangerous things.
It's really crazy because I've seen another clip from that interview, and she literally talks about how that president is like part of these cartels, and I don't know if you heard anything about the last election in Mexico, but like 20 candidates got murked.
Pure coincidence. It's just a dangerous place. That's it. Like
Dangerous, dude.
How can they not say that Mexico is not some kind of official narco-terrorist state at this point? And there's nothing that we can do about this other than we want it to continue. We want it to continue.
Yeah, the CIA loves it. They're making cash everywhere. Everyone's always talking about China's bringing in fentanyl. Well, that's not what history tells us. History tells us it's a certain intelligence agency that got busted selling crack cocaine in the hood back in the day.
Troubling times. Here we go.
Don't open up those WeChat or whatever it is.
Stop using WeChat.
We're going to do a bit of a conspiracy theory deep dive here. Remember the footage I showed you of the pyramid kind of above the Pentagon, and the guy was filming it at night, and it's this weird kind of gray-black pyramid that was spinning? I'm going to play the 2 clips as a refresher. And we have 2 clips because there were multiple angles of this incident. What is this? Look at that.
Whoa.
Remember this one? These 2 guys were just driving. I think it was in 2019, and they spotted this over the Pentagon. Remember it?
Whoa.
I remember.
Yeah. So weird. It's like a spinning pyramid. So we saw that one, and then we saw...
It didn't seem to be moving anywhere.
It just seemed to kind of slowly rotate. And then it happened again. Someone else caught it.
Same event.
Yep. Same event, just a little further away. And most importantly, from another witness.
That's pretty interesting.
Now, we're going to dive into this conspiracy theory about these giant pyramids. The National UFO Reporting Center has actually cataloged 8,100 sightings of pyramid or triangular-shaped craft since the 1960s. Take a look at this one.
Ozzy seems
This is one over Moscow,
He's indulging his
2009.
kid.
It's almost the exact same looking thing.
Whoa. Pretty good.
Some witnesses claim that it looked nearly a mile wide.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool.
I'd say more than cool. How could something so massive float so effortlessly? Look at that.
Whoa.
And then shortly after that sighting, this one was caught on camera during the daytime.
Wow.
I just can't figure out what that could be and how it could be fake. Look at that.
You get a better view of it there.
Yeah.
Never mind, if you looked up in the sky and you saw that, you'd go, no, they're
Right? You absolutely would.
It's pretty cool, actually.
That's 4 sightings from 4 different people, all of the same thing. Listen to this. There have been many instances in which these vehicles have been observed over bases operated by the Strategic Air Command, says Chris Mellon, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence during the Clinton and George W. Bush administrations. Do you think that this could be military, or do you think this could be alien?
It could be military. I don't know what it is. I've never seen it. It could be, I don't know.
You know what my theory is? I'm wondering is this like a mothership that's come down to Earth and they're having like alien meetings at the Pentagon or at the Kremlin?
That's a good...
Right, because if they're over like prime, strategigic locations.
I'll give it a 7.
A 7? All right. Mom, what would you give that on the Woogie Boogie?
9.
I'll take that for sure. I just think it's odd, though, that whatever it is has been captured numerous times on camera, and it seems to just defy physics.
It looks like a big floating...
Daddy's doing these fucking. You better get down.
Yeah, dude. God bless you.
Yeah, there you go.
I would love to know what Ozzy is experiencing right now.
Yes.
He's passed on to the other side. What is his life review going to be like? Is he just going to be that back going, dude, why'd you bite me? I wasn't doing anything. I'm just bad.
He has seen so many highs and lows, no pun intended.
Literally.
But he's raised some good kids, and look, he's indulging his kid Jack there, and Jack's a good sport, exposing his parents to this paranormal weird stuff. And what a great idea for a show. And yeah, hopefully Ozzy is having a somewhat reasonable life review. Hopefully it'll go a little bit
it'll
more.
be like, he should have some witness going, you know what, he did rock hard. Yeah, it wasn't perfect, but he brought a lot of happiness to a lot of people.
Yeah, he did. He did. He brought a lot of people together. He invented a genre of music, for crying out loud. So give him a break.
Oh, yeah, dude. One of the best.
Two fake people just made $7 million in one day. These AI avatars sold products to 13 million viewers without a single human being present on the stream. This isn't science fiction anymore. Luo Yonghao, a famous Chinese seller, created an AI version of himself that hosted a 6-hour shopping live stream. The avatar looked real, sounded real, and sold like crazy. The technology behind this is mind-blowing. Baidu pre-generated 8,000 different gestures so the avatar could move naturally. They also fed it 13,000 product descriptions for perfect sales accuracy. But here's what makes this terrifying. The AI avatars were taking live questions from viewers and responding in real time. People were buying from robots thinking they were humans. This live stream made more money than most of Luo's human streams. $7.6 million in 6 hours proves that AI can sell better than people when it has the right data. We're watching the birth of digital salespeople who never get tired, never make mistakes, and can work 24/7. The future of commerce just got very weird.
These computers, I tell you, they just get crazier and crazier.
Yeah, these Chinese AI are off the hook.
Man,
that's crazy.
At least, they're using it for QVC right now. It's essentially, but they in the background, it's everything else. Holy moly!
Oh man! Somebody asked how many of your girlfriends or fiancés or wives tell you Ozzy died today. I actually told my girlfriend Dana because she had done multiple videos. She had done multiple music videos with the Ozzy and Black Sabbath and all.
Really?
That. Yeah.
Wow. See, my wife told me only because her guitar player told her, and so I was like third in line. So.
Yeah, I told her. It was shocking when you heard it, and you know where I heard it on? NBA radio on Sirius Radio. Like the NBA was talking about it, and they're the farthest thing from Black Sabbath. That's how big he was.
It's like he's iconic. Absolutely, he went. It wasn't just about heavy metal or rock and roll. Absolutely iconic. The life that he lived, and his family. His family.
I mean, that show was huge.
Yeah, it was mammoth. Like at the time, it was because it was fascinating. Because that that's just how he was. And it was such a remarkable insight and look into his life.
I loved it. That was a great clip.
All
Man,
right,
we got maybe
one more spin.
More videos.
Like this, maybe one or two. Here we go.
Shape up with Crazy Eddie. Crazy Eddie, the man who drove you crazy with the lowest prices on anything and everything in home entertainment, now drives you crazy with the lowest prices on rowing machines and exercise bicycles. Get a West Bend exercise bicycle, great for aerobic workouts. Get a West Bend rowing machine and tone up those muscles. They're great gift ideas, and Crazy Eddie's got them on sale now. Remember, Crazy Eddie's exercise equipment prices are insane, too.
Dude, I loved Crazy Eddie, dude. I was on the East Coast, and Crazy Eddie commercials were great. He's going insane, man. That was a different time.
Yeah, back when you had to sell like that, and every small mom and pop shop had to be their salesperson. And Crazy Eddie, I knew about Crazy Eddie in Ohio, for crying out loud. So.
Well, think about this. Look at how the hot chicks were dressed back then. That's how moms dress to go pick up their kids at school now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
It was like, look at these chicks. They're dressed. Oh my God, so seductive. And it's like, That's how moms dress now.
Yeah, it's the world has changed. Here we go.
Yep. Last video before we go to Sam's Corner.
I don't understand why none of the conspiracy people never mentioned that Donald Trump's probably the person that murdered Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know, like, it makes the most sense that he would be the one to order it, okay? And to speak to all the conspiracy people out there, I'm gonna speak in your language. I made a chart, okay? I made a chart about why I believe that Donald Trump probably is the one who murdered Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump right here, they were best friends for over a decade. That is in Jeffrey Epstein's own words on tape. He and Donald Trump were best friends for over a decade. We have pictures of Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump, and his wife, all of them all hanging out together. Donald Trump even knew what Jeffrey Epstein was into. In an interview, years and years before Donald Trump ever even thought about being president, Jeffrey Epstein's name gets mentioned. Donald Trump says Jeff likes him young. So he knew the entire time. When Jeffrey Epstein got arrested back in 2005, he was taken to, he was given a sweetheart deal. He was given a Diddy deal where they only took him for solicitation. Who gave him that deal? Alex Acosta. Alex Acosta, after doing this deal, became Trump's Secretary of Labor in 2017. In 2019, Donald Trump was looking at getting a new attorney general. And Alex Acosta, they talked about maybe making him attorney general. But that's when it came out that he gave Jeffrey Epstein this sweetheart Diddy deal. And then Alex Acosta had to resign. Meanwhile, Donald Trump had to go find a new attorney general. Who'd he find? Bill Barr. Bill Barr knew Jeffrey Epstein because Bill Barr's dad worked closely with Jeffrey Epstein back in college and all this shit. It's all connected here, okay? So, Jeffrey Epstein gets arrested again. He's thrown into a federal penitentiary. That federal penitentiary is overseen by the Attorney General and the President through the Federal Bureau of Prisons. The FBI and the Department of Justice, they seized 10,000 hours of video. They got it in 4K. There's a list, a blackmail list, all this different stuff, right? And then suddenly, Jeffrey Epstein shows up dead one day. And everybody's saying in the FBI, they're like, it's a suicide. But everyone's like, that doesn't feel like it. It doesn't fucking feel like it. It doesn't fucking feel like it. Meanwhile, we fast forward a few more months. Ghislaine Maxwell gets arrested. What does Donald Trump do? He goes into a press conference and he says, I wish her well. And then she never fucking talks. She never talks. She could have turned state's evidence against all these fucking people, but she never does. She stays quiet because she knows what they did to Jeff. Now, 5 years later, here we are. We're in Trump 47, take 2. Suddenly, we got Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. These two did podcasts talking about the Epstein list all the fucking time, about how when they get power, they're going to release the Epstein list. Pam Bondi said that the Epstein list was on her desk. She was waiting to clear it. And now they've gone and said that that doesn't even exist anymore. That there's nothing there. There is no evidence. Case closed. Jeffrey Epstein, he did it to himself. And now Donald Trump's out here saying, oh, we shouldn't be talking about Epstein. We should talk about all these other different things. Also, meanwhile, same cabinet, by the way, new cabinet, RFK Jr., he was on the list. He flew on the plane twice. It's all connected. It's all connected.
Well, he's dead. So,
he's not wrong.
In general, you always have to be careful.
He's not wrong. I don't think Donald Trump officially killed him. I think it was Bill Barr. Bill Barr had the connections. He's ex-CIA. He had all the connections, and the FBI was not a big fan of Donald Trump. Still probably isn't. So I think Bill Barr had to get the job done, and he got the job done.
Bill Barr's on the table.
Yep.
We got Hillary Clinton on the table.
Yep.
We got Donald Trump on the table, and I'm going to throw another name in there, Queen Elizabeth on the table.
Yeah, everyone had motive. This is like the biggest game of Clue ever. And everyone had motive. Everyone has something to hide. And are we ever going to get the full story? Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not, dude. 12 people watching on Facebook. Wow.
Hey.
All right, guys. It's time for Sam's Corner. I was going to do a video that we're going to take off of YouTube, but let's just roll it. Let's just roll it. Why not? Here we go. Here's our first Sam Tripoli's Corner video. Here we go. Here we go. Ready? This is my buddy. Here we go.
This is the jacket report, where we look at celebrity hands and tell you how many times a week they jacket. Let's take a look at EA. From a distance, these could be anybody's hands. But if we zoom in, these hands tell a different story. Digits look standard, but upon further inspection, you'll see that his pads are extremely flat and he's got drastic creases. And you might notice that his thumb and his thumb pad have very little subdermal fat. I'm going to say 11 times.
Damn. Tomaszewski, Jonathan Tomaszewski, good friend of mine. Yeah, dude, the jacket report. Hopefully we'll see more of that.
I like to see how he does these calculations. I'd like to know more about how he's coming up with these numbers.
Okay, so here we go. This is a quickie, a fun quickie. This is about the WNBA.
Want to be paid what I'm worth. You got it. WNBA lost $20 million last year, so each player owes us $138,888.89.
I mean, it's like listening to people try to justify why they should get paid more when they don't make money is absolutely insanity to me. Let me see what I got left here. Okay, we'll get in. Okay, we'll follow up with another WNBA one. I have some feeling we might have played this already. I tried to look it up, but I couldn't tell. Let me see. Let me know what you think.
NBA is cracking down on tracking players' periods for profit, and I have living proof right here. Right here, this is Fever player Lexi Hull, and literally 2 days ago, she posted this video about having her period.
I just got my period.
Now, I immediately noted this, sent it to the GC, telling the boys to hammer the under. Boom, I go to pull up prize picks. The only options are demons, which are less likely to happen. And this is just the points line, but all of them are like this, unless you pick the fucking goblin. But there was no flat line. It was either demon or goblin. And fast forward, Lexi Hull has 7 points in this game, which wasn't even an option to bet. Couldn't make it more blatantly obvious. You really think a player like Lexi Hull is getting a lot of props on her? Fuck no. But it just so happens when she's on her period, they start fucking with the lines. Vegas, I see right through you.
It's
only
very
guys can
interesting.
figure. Only guys, really, seriously, only guys are taking the time to figure this shit out.
Degenerate gamblers are the only ones watching the WNBA. Degenerate gamblers.
So great.
Well, it's very interesting because the WNBA has made so many mistakes with Caitlin Clark, but one of the brilliant ideas, they basically corralled all the hot ones onto her team, so they're all hot and they're not winning. They're like 500. They're not winning at all. Let's see if we got another one. Let's see what this one is real quick. Okay, we're gonna hear the last two videos. The last two videos. This was the one I wasn't gonna run, but I decided to run it this time. Here we go. No, actually, I'm going to run this other one. Here we go. And I want you, this is a very interesting video, and I think it's way crazier than some people think. Here we go.
Centipede dream team, okay? You're the middle. Who's your front and who's your rear, okay? For me, personally, my front, if I'm going to have my mouth on anybody's butt, Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy, front. Me, middle. Last place, that's my sister. You know what you did in middle school to me. I'm not forgetting that. This is your punishment, okay? Tom Hardy, me, my sister. That's my human centipede dream team. Who's on yours?
Wow.
That video is very weird because she obviously picks Tom Hardy because she's attracted to him, right?
Yes.
But Tom Hardy probably dropped some mega kids off at the pool.
Absolutely.
Right?
He's a big dude.
The person in front of me, I'm thinking they're dropping rabbit drops. That's who I'm picking. I'd probably go with the WNBA player we just did a video on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of course.
But then she picks her sister. And there's sexual overtones to this discussion.
Yes. Because she started off with Tom Hardy, and then so she's like picking her sister. Like there's some weird revenge sex thing going on here.
Yeah, it's very weird. That start out with a bad choice and ends with an even worse choice. Like the person you want after you, if it's a sexual thing, why would you want your sister back there?
Yeah, I mean, up front, like take someone who's very pious and watches, like Gandhi. Very very dry, watches his diet, very thin.
Yeah, you want to get the person who's on a fast.
Pretty much, yeah.
Who's losing weight? Hey, you get in front of me. I know you haven't eaten anything in 72 hours.
Yeah.
You get your sister, though. That's really weird.
That's weird, yeah.
Okay, final video. Sorry, was that too weird? I just
No,
thought
I
that
like
was weird.
I
math.
like those are interesting conversations to have.
Weird math to have. Okay, our final video of the day. This was the one I was going to do a little bit. I was going to, I wasn't sure if we were going to show it on YouTube, but Let's let the bangers bang. Here we go. Final video. Here we go.
Only difference between crack cocaine and cocaine is sodium bicarbonate and water and heat. Literally,
That's it. And those things are pretty much free if you go to like a science store.
This is free. You can go to your neighborhood convenience store and just get. Anyway, I don't want to tell people how to make crack cocaine, but it literally is a mayonnaise jar of cocaine and baking soda.
How different is the experience?
It's vastly different. And like for real, I feel really reluctant to kind of have some euphoric discussion. I know you're not asking me to do that, but have some euphoric discussion about crack cocaine.
I think this might be kind of the opposite here.
Okay, no, it's the exact opposite. I'm saying I don't want to have the experience of some euphoric recall. That's how powerful crack cocaine is. Does crack cocaine make you act any differently? No. Is it safer than alcohol? Probably. People think of crack as being dirty. It's the exact opposite. When you make crack, what you're doing is you're burning off all the impurities so that it combines with the sodium bicarbonate, which makes it smokable. That's all. You know, all of these actors and, people in the past that talked about they had a problem with cocaine and freebasing. They were smoking crack.
So straw on the stove is the same thing?
Not exactly, but close to it. But it's a little bit different. But anyway, my point about it, your point about it, which I think is true, is that there's a thing about crack that is really insidious. And what it is that anytime, I think one of the reasons that they believe that smoking cigarettes is so addictive is because it combines three really important things. It's habit forming, there's an oral fixation, and there is a ritual combined with it. And so the idea of hand to mouth is a habit and a fixation that we learn very early, even as children. With a pacifier, with a spoon, with your thumb, even to breastfeeding. Okay, so I don't want to get into the psychology of it because I'm no expert, but I do know this, is that you combine with that ignition, combustion, and then you combine the ritual. You have your cigarette in the morning, you have your cigarette when you get out of the car, you have your cigarette with your coffee. Crack is that on steroids. It's over and over. There's ritual to it. There's a ritualized part of it. The combination of all of those addictive behaviors together becomes like really powerful. And the drug in and of itself is a more immediate euphoric sensation and connected to it than, in my experience, cocaine alone.
Does it require more frequency to maintain the high?
Yes. And the capacity to use more than you could otherwise with powder cocaine, just physically to be able to ingest.
Dude,
this guy knows his stuff.
I love that he's like, I'm no expert, and then he gives the most descriptive, rant on it that you'll ever see in your life.
For people listening at home, that was Hunter Biden giving a very thought through response to how to make crack and what it feels like. And he knows drugs. That guy knows drugs. He knows how to use them. He knows how to make them.
He's a walking encyclopedia. If there's anyone you got to go, hey, dude, we got to get a real understanding of this drug, who should we ask? I'm going Hunter Biden.
He's the best.
Everyone else is dead. Although, who else is the crack? Tom Sizemore, gone.
Yeah.
They're all gone.
I didn't know crack was that good, but apparently it feels pretty good. Okay.
I mean, most of these drugs are so good you're willing to destroy your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, dude. But dude, I love that he's like, I don't want to
dwell on this.
Yeah, I don't want to dwell on it. But here's a 5-minute rant breaking it all down. Now, why you love it? Imagine if you were one of the babies in that video, like you just put out a video of your kid, or you got a gig, and then suddenly your baby's in a Hunter Biden crack video.
Oh my God.
Guys, what was the final score, by the way?
The final score. It's a little depressing, but the final score was 6,400. 6,400.
64, still 3,000 below.
I'll mark it down.
Doug Wilson. Doug, Hard in the Paint Wilson. Let's effing go to prison tonight. Great show tonight, Sam. We dem boys. Thank you for that. Don't go to prison. We need every listener we can get. We need every listener. I'm Sam Tripoli. This is the Amazing Midnight Mike. One more time, where can they find you?
Go to obdmpod.com or ourbigdumbmouth.com.
Yeah, go to samtripoli.com. You'll get everything you need there. or at Sam Tripoli on all the major social medias. Question, get in the comment section. Greatest show or greatest show ever? Get in there. Talk about it. We love you. Thanks for being a part of the show. We'll see you next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Take care, Doomers.